Hey guys, thank you for coming. This is Julie, and I've got Rob with me. Hey Rob,
Hey, how you doing,
I'm good.
everybody?
I'm
Good.
really grateful to have you. So how was your day?
Well, trading wise, it was mixed, but yeah, basically, I am learning every day and applying applying knowledge to my uh, typical mistakes that I make. So
I've heard that. Yes, me
yeah,
too.
yeah. So
We'll look at the
as they say, good analysts don't necessarily make good traders, and
right, right. Well, it was a difficult session today. It really was. So we'll
yeah,
we'll look at some smaller time frame charts, and talk both about what we did. But first, we wanted to look at these swing highs.
right.
So the July swing high for NQ is the one that I was focusing on because the July swing high came down 10% at 14,634 right down here, and
That solid
got it.
line. Yeah.
We got a double bottom off of it,
Yep.
and so we double bottomed. And another brilliant quant that I know just pointed out to me. I had to figure out what he was saying. Had to go through another contract of a different product to figure it out. But here we are. September 1st to the swing low, we've got a 50% mean. So if you look at that correlation, you might think that it might be all she wrote for this. What do you think?
Um, I don't necessarily think so, but it should provide some resistance at least on a short term basis. I would assume.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I appreciate the extra cautionary heads up, whether we, are able to break it or fall back at this point. He's probably right. I mean, given the situation of everything being so oversold and people are selling the tech now to pay for their gold and their crude, right? Because of the war. So
Right.
this may, even though we had a double bottom, we may interrupt that forward momentum because I was looking to get up to that higher level. I was originally trying to take it up, but now that he has said, maybe not so fast because of this new swing, um, this may be where they start dumping it. I don't know. We'll have to pay attention to this. So we are
Right.
definitely at a pivot, no doubt.
Yeah. Well, I would say, based on my observation of how Fibonacci's work, I would put a 61.8 on there as well and see just to
Okay.
see where it is.
Sure, sure. I can do
But
that real quick. Hang on one second. I just always look at the halfback. I don't go look at the
yeah,
fib lines. But so let me fix that real quick. I can actually cancel that and just hit the reset. There we go. Oops. I guess I'd have to go in here and do it. I thought I could reset it and get it back to normal. Um, Sorry. And let me add the 50 in there. Okay,
there you go.
there we go. Let's see if we can get some lines um, and extend them to the right. Oh crap, that's left. All right, here we go. Okay, there we go. So between 15 362 and 15 211. So, you know, 211 might be all she needed, but with a stop up there, maybe that would be an excellent call spread. What do you think?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. It's possible.
yeah,
Yeah,
15,400 call spread at this 15.2.
yeah. It can make it up there. I mean, there's nothing that says that who knows about all this stuff, right?
Right, right. Well, they're pretty astute quant, so definitely want to consider the heads up. So we appreciate that greatly.
Right,
Yeah, definitely something to think about because I was just balls to the walls because of the double bottom, right?
right,
I just got all excited thinking that I was, had my 10%, and bear rallies just don't go to 10%. Obviously, they go to 20%. They go to, more. You get a war going on, it can go to 50% or 30 or 40%.
right.
So it looks like we're being drug into some military conflict. So they're very, very good. I owe him for bringing that to my attention. Thank you so much, my
Yeah,
angel. So yeah, I was looking at these, I'm like I was blinded by the light and he got it. They nailed it. Very good.
right.
Very good. They are good. And of course, I would have sat there and said, "Oh, it's in the middle of nowhere, more bunnies." I call it pulling bunnies out of the hat
Right.
because it's not a level on my chart, right? So, but we'll have to watch this. And so I was going, for these weekly levels and monthly levels that are up here because I like the ones so much. But
Right.
we'll pay attention to it.
Well,
That
there's the open and the close. Let's see what I got here. Um, yeah, the weekly open is down quite a bit. Just so you know,
hmm
we may have almost hit it today.
Yeah, I think we did. I
Yeah, I got it at 227.
oh, okay. I've got this one right here. There's a one, and it did get tagged
Oh, I see. Okay.
right there, and I think it might be a 7 day. Yep, a 7 day open.
Okay.
So that one just got tagged. So, but it went above it.
Mm-hmm.
It closed above it.
Closed above it. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me look at the weekly daily here. This is the one that we're more familiar with, and let me put this on NQ right here, 15,227. Yep.
Yeah.
And the daily one is what held it.
Yep.
So the daily one is where the dealer risk was. But when they don't let you hit the weekly one, I need to hand it to my quant friends. That means that they definitely had their risk line there because they don't even
Yeah.
let you get close to touching it.
Right.
So they, my little Toronto quants could really be onto something here. They definitely could. Now that I'm looking at this,
Toronto Quants, eh?
Toronto quants, they're good. Yeah, they have some pretty good stuff.
A what? A what?
They what? Yeah, they what do you syrup? Do you want some syrup on that?
Right. Maple syrup, please.
Maple syrup, please. So here we go. Oh, I've got the wrong contract again. ES. How did this got all messed up? ES hit the lines. Yeah, so I was looking for more. I was trying to get it up here to this 297, 298, and they're cautioning me that might not happen because let me flip this back, go back to that ES. ES just hit his 7 day or 8 day, 8 day ones.
Mhm.
So we might be at the end of the railroad here, end
Yeah.
of the line. So that could very well be that we'll see some downside action from here.
Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe. It's definitely not looking like it's going to get up to those weeklies at the moment. Um, of course, the market's closed. Don't know how they're going to kick it on Globex, but I do know that to finance, fear, they want to dump the tech and go into gold and oil, right?
Right.
Yeah. So we might we might be in for a pullback.
Yeah. Yeah, I would tend to think so because um, I mean uh, they play both sides of everything, right? So
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah, and it was oversold last week, and we've come up. I mean, from that low, we came up to almost 50% in basically 4 days. So and I just don't see the momentum change yet. Of course, another day, if you had another day of significant upside, then it might be more convincing. But we've had 2 days of upside, and and you know,
Mhm.
it could at least pull back for a short term test.
Right. And the weeklies are sitting here at 227 and 298, and I'm
Right,
trying to get up to that 298.75
right,
because that's my 7 day and my 5 day.
yeah,
So it what they're trying to tell me is that might not happen. So
yeah,
very very wise. We'll just have to watch this. We are very close to being out of room, and it's what, Monday?
yeah.
So yeah,
First day
right.
of the week to hit the weekly ones is kind of a you know
Yeah, it's
that's doesn't happen.
no, that's a
uh,
omen. Yeah,
yeah,
it went
that
up
often.
pretty far. Yep, that's right. And our monthlies are up there, and especially in this environment, like we're saying with tech selling off. Usually, your pattern. Because how are they going to finance it, right? They want to buy the Bitcoin, they want to buy the gold, they want to buy the gold, Bitcoin and gold. So they got to sell the tech to get that cash, especially
Right.
today. Not too many, margin available. It's, they charge you a lot for that margin today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. I guess that's one thing about having high interest rates, right?
Right. That's right. That's right. The margin is very expensive.
Yes.
It
It ain't
is.
it ain't
It's
3% anymore or whatever.
no, and it's
Four
cost
percent.
exactly. It's cost prohibitive, right? When you borrow that margin. So, so that's why they have to, sell some of this high tech to pay for the other. So if they want the gold and the Bitcoin and the crude, they're going to be selling the tech. So, but yesterday or Friday, we had that beautiful weekly to weekly, coast to coast, and that's what got me in that bullish frame. And then we crashed overnight on the Israel, of course, and it balanced. It finally took off in the afternoon, went up to the weekly, and so you would think that that might be bullish, but it definitely could be just filling um, the gap run, or not the
Right.
gap run, but excuse me, the stop run.
Right.
People throwing stops on that got taken out. That's how evil the market is.
Right.
So
Yeah, and the other thing is that bonds have had a reversal.
they did. That's right.
So that's
So
the other aspect of what's feeding the market
yep,
bullishness.
yes. The bonds have reversed. So when the bonds prices go up, the market should go down, and we went up with the bonds, which is opposite of what it should be. Um, the bonds reversed went up means yields went down a little bit, right?
Right.
So that means that the ES and the NQ really should start coming down. Goes opposite of the price. So what do you think for tomorrow? We'll wake up and figure it out. But if we are down below that Globex one Let me put up a Globex real quick. Um, Actually, how did I get my Globex? It looks like these are dailies. Let me put a Globex back up. If we're below that Globex 1, I'm going to be a believer. I mean, I already,
Yeah,
am a believer. I've already decided that I'm going to have a little bit of a downward bias now, thanks to
yeah.
this great
Mr. Quant.
Mr. Oh my gosh, here. Yeah, very kind of him to show us. Very generous. All right, here's my Globex. So there's that Globex 1, 2, 3. So you can
Right.
see
So we
that
did
in the
did hit
daily.
three today, and then
Yeah, went to the daily
uh,
and stopped. Yeah. So usually that 3 will end the trend. If you don't break the 3, you can't have a trend day. But you never have a big trend day at the very end of the day hitting the 3. So it just went to the next higher time frame and stopped.
right,
And so it'll come back to the VWAP, no doubt.
right.
And we're going to have a close way up here. So
Well,
when it
you
come,
pretty
yeah,
much have a new VWAP drawn at
well,
the
we
Globex
will,
Open,
yeah,
whenever that is.
right, right. But
Yeah, we're 15 minutes away from determining the close,
so,
the day's close.
but it could lead us lower,
Yep, yep.
and then it would be
I would
all
say
lights are off.
minimum is going to be the Globex one at the minimum, and that's
Okay,
probably going to be where the VWAPs are.
right there.
Yeah, when it redraws, it'll be because
You
the
think
the Globex ones are what, about 100, um, like 90 points or so.
between the two?
Nine, yeah, 988. Well, 102 looks 104. It looks like.
Well, but the new Globex ones won't be down here.
Well, yeah, I know they won't be there, but the
It'll
distance
be on the
is
it'll
relatively similar. Yeah,
right. So
right.
you could take this 104
Hmm.
and go in the middle. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So what's in the middle? That would be 52.
Yeah, 52.
So let's do 52. There it is. I got lucky. Usually it won't give me the exact. And we can just measure from the current place where it's going to open right here. And so there's your risk up here.
Right.
And there's your upper one, and
Which
here's your lower
which
one,
is at your weekly one, pretty
which
much
is
where the
at
weekly
which
ones
is at
are.
my weekly one. So that's your risk. And then here is your lower weekly one on the daily one.
Right.
So, but the thing about this prior VWAP
Yeah.
is that could be the magnet that draws
Right.
it even down further. So very good, very good, very very good. I like it. The weekly
Yeah.
one is going to be the risk line. It sure
Yeah.
is. Could
Yeah.
be. I mean, shake the magic 8 ball. Anything could happen.
That's right.
That's right. And a lot could happen because especially in this, macro with the war and everything, anybody could find a microphone and say anything and
Yeah.
um, they so
Well, there was a big defense purchase this morning, but it basically, I haven't really looked at it, but I saw at some point today that there were defense purchases on the open, and they were meandering back. So who knows? Who knows what that means?
the Raytheon stock price
Yeah,
going up.
Raytheon, Lockheed, all those guys.
You saw the congressman buying it too, didn't you?
Right,
I did too. And somebody posted that tweet. Look who's buying up Raytheon. And like
right.
Congressman
Yeah, those
Larry,
guys
whatever,
know something.
right?
Those guys know something we don't.
Yeah,
So,
bought it when? Yeah. Okay. Well, God forbid. I hope it's over very, very soon.
yeah, I don't
My
want to see
yeah,
protracted war.
my prayers for Aaron go
Yeah,
out. My heart is breaking for him and his family in Tel Aviv. Very, very concerned and prayerful that this will be a quick resolution. Hopefully.
yeah,
Yep.
yep.
All right. Well, Rob, thank you very much. I enjoyed this tremendously. You need to come back and let's do another one tomorrow.
All right,
All right, let's do it.
I'm here.
I do
Okay,
it. All right. Thank you so much. We'll talk to
all
you
right.
soon.
Good night.
Bye bye.